guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video. And the Liverpool Echo and the Express and other newspapers are reporting that Liverpool have been scouting the new emerging star from Ghana, Mohamed Kudus, who scored 2 goals against South Korea in Ghana's impressive 3-2 win a few days ago. And Liverpool have sent scouts to the World Cup to watch Cody Gakpo and Mohamed Kudus. And Kudus was heavily linked with Everton back in the summer, but Ajax decided to keep him because they already sold a lot of their stars in the summer transfer window. And Kudus has been very impressive, not just for Ghana in the World Cup, but also for Ajax. He scored 10 goals and got 2 assists in 21 games for Ajax this season. He's only 22 years old and he can play as a striker, as an attacking midfielder, or as a withdrawn centre forward. Last season he got 6 goals in 25 games in all competitions, but he was mainly played as a centre midfielder and as an attacking midfielder. But this season he's playing further forward in the front line and he has been really awesome, really impressive. And also remember, Kudus scored against Liverpool in the Champions League game, which is really impressive. He actually got 4 goals in the Champions League and 2 assists in 6 games, which is really impressive. And he scored against Liverpool at Anfield, which was a really decent strike. And Kudus pretty much helped Ghana on his own, almost on his own, to win the game, and they have a good chance to qualify to the knockout stages. Kudus scored a glancing header from a Jordan Ayew cross. Of course, he's playing for Crystal Palace, and also he scored with a first-time effort in the bottom corner with just 25 minutes to go to score the winning goal. And these heroics caught the eye of Liverpool, who are said to be considering a move for Kudus in the January transfer window. Remember that we need a midfielder, and Kudus can play as a centre midfielder, as an attacking midfielder. And I think because he's so young, his market value at the moment is around 15 to 20 million pounds. Maybe Ajax would do a deal around 20 million. So he would be actually a very decent but cheap alternative to some of Liverpool's other transfer targets. And according to the Der Telegraph newspaper, which is a Dutch newspaper, they are reporting that Kudus has been closely watched by Liverpool and ahead of the World Cup. And also Everton remain interested in Kudus despite missing out on his signature in the summer. And the bidding will open in a few weeks when the January transfer window opens. Liverpool are having a long-standing interest with the Ghana international, and here we have been watching him since his days in Norwegian football. He played for Nordsjælland, in Danish football, sorry. He played for Nordsjælland, where he scored 11 goals in 27 games in the 2019-2020 season. That was the season when Ajax really started taking an interest in him, and that's when they snapped him up and signed him. He already won the Dutch league twice with Ajax. He also won the Dutch Cup in the 2020-21 season, which is really impressive as well. And Kudus also has already an affection for Thiago, one of Liverpool's players, because he told Ajax's official channels that he loved Thiago's game as a child. I like creativity and I like the joy of playing. When I played in Denmark, a friend of mine arranged a Thiago shirt from him. It was fantastic. So he's one of his idols growing up was Thiago, and what a brilliant midfielder to model your game on. And also if you watch Kudus playing against Liverpool, you could see that he can do it against the best teams, some of the best teams in the world, because Liverpool certainly are one of those teams, and Kudus are of course very highly sought after. But I think of course his value could be a lot higher than 20 million pounds after a great World Cup he's having. And who knows, if Ghana qualify from the group stages, they could go far in the knockout stages as well. So it's going to be really interesting how this World Cup shapes up, and I'm really looking forward to watching Argentina and Messi. Hopefully they can qualify to the knockout stages, because that would be just really brilliant to go to see Argentina in the knockout stages. You want a lot of the big teams in the knockout stages, so it's the best spectacle, but whoever I think goes through deserves it in the end. And of course, a lot of Premier League clubs are watching the World Cup, and a lot of Premier League clubs are interested in Mohamed Kudus. Arsenal, Tottenham, Newcastle are among the interested parties, but also Dortmund, Paris Saint-Germain, Lyon, Napoli, Atletico Madrid have all shown interest in the Ajax attacker. And Ajax have a brilliant scouting system. They can pick out fantastic talents, and Mohamed Kudus has been playing in the Dutch Ajax system for 3 years now, and a lot of big players have come out of the Ajax youth academy recently. Frankie de Jong of Barcelona, Matthijs de Ligt, who is now playing for Bayern Munich, and look at a lot of the Dutch team. Gravenberch is also a brilliant talent, but Mazraoui I think he's playing for Morocco, he's playing for Bayern Munich as well. He has come through the Ajax system, and a lot other great players. So Mohamed Kudus definitely is getting a very, very good education in the Ajax environment, that's for sure. And of course, the very well-known Fabrizio Romano has said that Liverpool are interested in Mohamed Kudus. He said that Liverpool have also been linked with Kudus. At the moment, there is nothing concrete on this one. Kudus was close to joining Everton in the summer, but that deal collapsed because Ajax wanted to keep some of their best players after they sold a lot of other players. Let's see if Liverpool decide to make more than one signing in midfield. For the moment, I'm sure Bellingham remains Liverpool's top priority, but Bellingham's transfer is for the summer, and Liverpool need a midfielder in the January transfer window, and Kudus has been definitely playing in the midfield, more further forward this season for Ajax, but he can play in the midfield as an attacking midfielder for sure, and he's very versatile. So if he has to be he can play in midfield, but if Jurgen Klopp wants him to play further forward, then he can definitely play as a striker or as a false nine. And he's only 22 years old, so he could be a brilliant long-term project for Liverpool, and definitely we could mold him into a world-class player, similar to what we did with Sadio Mane, Mohamed Salah, Luis Diaz, Diogo Jota and Darwin Núñez, the long list. And I think if Liverpool scout him extensively, then I'm sure that he must be a really, really good talent. And every time I watched him play for Ajax in the Champions League, or I watched some Eredivisie highlights, he has always caught my eye as a very, very good player. And what I like about Kudus, apart from his pace, his dribbling ability, is that he has a strike similar to Luis Diaz, that he can convert the most difficult chances as well. He scored some outrageous bangers. For example, his goal against Liverpool at Anfield was an absolute ripper, as well as his opening goal in the first game of the season in the Dutch Super Cup game against PSV. That was also a fantastic strike as well, and he can be a difference maker at the highest level in the closest matches. He can come up with a goal out of almost nothing. And on Friday, Kudus and Ghana will face Liverpool's current striker Darwin Núñez and Ghana in basically a showdown. If Uruguay don't win that game, they go out. If Ghana get a result, get a draw or a win, then they go through to the knockout stages, I think. Liverpool scouts have been watching Kudus extensively, not just in the World Cup, but even before that. So I'm definitely going to tune in and watch that game and watch Kudus individually as well. And also the very reliable Mike Verwey reports that last evening that Liverpool joined the race for Ajax and Ghana midfielder Mohamed Kudus, who can play as a forward as well. And I think if we would sign Gakpo for the forward line and Kudus in midfield, then we can even afford to lose players like Naby Keita, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, James Milner. If we sign another world-class midfielder like Jude Bellingham as well in the summer, then I think Liverpool would be sorted pretty much for the really foreseeable future. Barcelona are also interested in Kudus. Barca director Jordi Cruyff, I think, said, "We have been tracking Mohamed Kudus for more than 1 year. We can't say now that Barcelona want Kudus, but he's attracting interest. He's scoring goals, and in the Netherlands they discuss a lot about his position. So yes, I know him well," and that's what the Barcelona director said, according to Fabrizio Romano. Of course, Liverpool are interested. So let's hope that there is something to this story, and let's hope that Liverpool will be able to sign him in the January transfer window, because we really desperately need a midfielder reinforcement. And Kudus, after having a brilliant World Cup with Ghana, he would be brimming with confidence, and he could straight away play for Liverpool. He also became the 8th youngest goal scorer at this year's World Cup behind Gavi, Jude Bellingham, Moises Caicedo, Saka, Pavlovic, Enzo Hernandez and Alphonso Davies. He was the 8th youngest goal scorer, and it's actually very encouraging that Liverpool have been linked with many of these players on the list. We have been linked with Gavi, not seriously, but we have been heavily linked with Jude Bellingham, Moises Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez. So actually we have been linked with 4 of these players on the list. So the Liverpool are after some of the brightest and youngest talents in world football playing at the World Cup. So let's see which of these talents end up at Anfield, but I'm really excited for the future. Hopefully the takeover will go through, and then Liverpool will be able to sign even more great players in the future. And also really positive news, Luis Diaz, who has been out of action, injured since October. Pipe Sierra, who has broke the news that Luis Diaz is signing for Liverpool, he said that Luis Diaz came to the national team headquarters at Colombia to go through rehab and to enjoy some holidays. He has returned to Liverpool after that to finalize the process of rehab, and the expectation is that Luis Diaz will be part of the Liverpool squad that goes to Dubai for the mini pre-season training camp. So hopefully Luis Diaz will be fit and fresh and ready to go for the restart of the Premier League on December the 26th when we play Aston Villa. I'm really already looking forward to that. And Jordan Henderson also said something very interesting on his analysis about why Henderson could be important for England's World Cup campaign. England won 3-0 yesterday against Wales, and they cruise through to the knockout stages where they will play Sadio Mane's Senegal, but Mane is out of the World Cup, which is a real shame. But yeah, Senegal will be a tough opponent, but England should go through. My only worry with England is always the manager Gareth Southgate and his very conservative tactics. And Jamie Carragher said, I think the balance of having Declan Rice and another similar type of midfielder, it was Calvin Phillips in the last tournament, and that partnership worked really well. If we are going to play 4-3-3, you want at least one of your midfield players to be offensive. Bellingham is that. They also had Mason Mount playing there. Gareth has been accused of being too pragmatic and defensive, but the first 2 games of a major tournament he has put Mason Mount and Bellingham as attacking midfielder players with Declan Rice in behind. So that's not really defensive, but as the tournament goes on, we saw in times in that game against the US, Declan Rice got overrun and it felt like he was outnumbered. At times he needs a bit of help. I thought the change of Jordan Henderson changed the game for England, so I'm not surprised he's coming in and playing there. It may be a tussle between Bellingham and Mount for the rest of the World Cup tournament. We will see how fit Calvin Phillips gets. I don't think Gareth Southgate will go with that midfield that he has gone with in the first 2 games when they get to the knockout stages against the top nation. But that's a big dilemma for England. What kind of midfield setup do they go with against Senegal, who are, I think, as strong as the USA, maybe even stronger, and definitely stronger than Wales and Iran. So England will need to be on their A game if they want to go through, because Senegal will be brimming with confidence, and they are the classic underdogs. Nobody expects Senegal to go and knock England out, so they can play with no fear, with a lot of freedom. All the pressure will be on England, so it will be a very interesting game. And that's it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.